I started getting symptoms when I was 12.
In 1991, Brent was 12 years old. He was going to be 13 in September, and he started having pains in his legs, and we took him to the doctor, and the doctor brushed it off as just growing pains.
Very severe pains in my legs, to the point where I couldn't walk.
He couldn't get out of bed, and Rick at the time was home, and when I was in nursing school, Rick would be the taxi guy. He would drive our kids to school, pick them up from school, bring them to their sporting events. And it's in the day of no cell phones. So he literally picked Brent up and carried him to the doctor.
It felt like basically someone was stabbing screwdrivers into my knees. And the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong. They did every test in the world.
So they ruled out meningitis, leukemia, TB. It was a whole list of stuff. They had him in an isolation room because they didn't know, what he had, because he looked so terrible and he couldn't move, he couldn't walk.
They even tested me for AIDS. I remember that. That was the weirdest thing, being 13 years old, being tested for AIDS.
They tested him for rheumatoid arthritis because that ran in our family, and it was his joints. His joints were hurting. He was running fever. The RH factor came back negative, but they said, well, you can have a false negative. So they put him on steroids and sent us home. And he started walking without pain, and he started feeling better. And he stayed on that for a while, but he kept getting sicker, and then the diarrhea started.
My senior year of high school, that's when I really first remember of having to urgently go to the bathroom. Before that, it was just the pains in my legs. That's it. And now this new thing starts happening. I start having diarrhea often.
He would go to the bathroom, up to 40 times a day sometimes. You just stop counting after a while because it's so much. And, so he went back to the doctor. We went to different doctors. Could this be like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's? And they said, no, because he's too young. No. It's probably the arthritis doing that too, because it's an autoimmune disease and it can affect, all your systems.
I remember being in class, in between classes, rushing to the bathroom, but it was never to the point where it wasn't manageable, it was very gradual. So I didn't really say anything, not even to my parents, to anyone, until I was about 18, and then I started bleeding internally and having blood, when I go to the bathroom, and that was scary, so that's when I went to my mom
and I demanded, I said, I want a colonoscopy done on my son, because this is not normal. And by then I'm a nurse. Although I'm a baby nurse, I'm a neonatal nurse, I don't know a whole lot about ulcerative colitis. I learned some of that in nursing school, but I did my research.
Diagnosed me with ulcerative colitis.
And I said, finally, we have answers.
It wasn't until about 2 years ago that they realized it was Crohn's. So yeah, I've been dealing with this since I was 12, diagnosed at 18.
Back then there was, there was not a whole lot of awareness of UC. They didn't know a whole lot about it, I guess, because they really, I asked questions, what should I feed him? And the doctors told me, feed him whatever he wants. Diet doesn't matter.
Went to college. That was very hard. It took me a while. I actually dropped out of college because of Crohn's.
He would have good years, and then he would have flare-ups, and they were horrific. They were awful. And then out in the hospital for IV steroids, IV fluids for dehydration, weakness, fatigue, extremely tired.
It's been a rough ride so far. Speed bumps. Not fun when your ass is hurting. I worked for FedEx right out of high school when I was 18 for about 10 years. And after I turned 21, I started delivering packages for them. And for someone with Crohn's, that is one of the worst jobs to have. I was almost toward the end of my route. So it's at an office, but the office is upstairs. There's no elevator, it's just one floor, and there's a set of stairs outside. And, so I get there, pull up in the truck, and, the urge hits me. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, so this is what we're gonna do, game plan. We're gonna go up the stairs. I'm gonna ask the receptionist, can I use your restroom? It'll be all good. No problem. I get there, open the door, and the office is full of people everywhere. So I'm panicking, and there's 10 people, so it's like, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down to my truck, and I'm gonna shit in the garbage can in my truck, which I've done before several times. So I put the box down, put my signature clipboard down in the office. I'm walking down the stairs, and it hits me. Can't do the shit shuffle because it's down the stairs, so I just pause on the stairs for a little bit. The shit shuffle is when the urge hits you, and you gotta make it to the bathroom, but you don't think you can make it there in time. So you've got to walk very carefully with your butt cheeks clenched, and you kind of just shuffling along. I take one next step, and I shit myself. The biggest, nastiest diarrhea shit ever. It went everywhere. I'm in my truck, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I feel it running down my legs. It's in my socks. I'm panicking. Oh God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I've got shit everywhere. I've got shit on my hands at this moment. I live about 7 to 10 minutes away from here. Got home, took a shower, put on the new FedEx uniform, got back in my truck, which now smells horrible. Middle of summer, the seat's full of shit, the steering wheel has shit on it. Drive back to the place, deliver the package, make it back. The manager's like, concerned. What's taking you so long, Brent? I say, look, I am not feeling good. He got one step close to me, and he says, go home, go do what you gotta do. And that was the end of the discussion. He never asked me anything. We never talked about it. Nothing. Done. I could tell you stories about shitting myself in the car. I've got so many. I don't remember a specific one. It's happened so many times. It's horrible, and you got to scrub the seats, and that's why leather seats are the best.
Crohn's and ulcerative colitis are chronic inflammatory conditions. Basically, the diseases cause a person's own immune system to attack the digestive tract. Symptoms include abdominal pain, diarrhea, rectal bleeding, constipation, bloating, weight loss, and a host of other unpleasant conditions. There is no cure for the debilitating diseases.
Crohn's is a disease that people don't talk about. It's embarrassing. It's poop. It's a disease that deals with poop. You poop a lot, and people don't want to talk about that.
Crohn's disease is a lonely disease. It's a chronic disease, and it's a lonely place to be.
You just keep moving forward every day, and then there's ups and downs, and it's about learning. It's about dealing with depression because of the illness. It's about figuring your place in this world while you have this hindrance on your life.
It's hard when you're married and have family around you, but when you're single, it's worse because you're alone a lot. And you live your life thinking, where is the next restroom? You don't go hardly anywhere because you have that fear. Will there be bathrooms nearby?
How do I manage having a family with a disease like this? I remember one of the saddest points in my life was, before I had kids, was saying to myself that I don't want to ever have kids because of this disease. Because I won't be able to go play football with them. I won't be able to go outside with them. But I do have 2 kids now, and instead of going to play football with them, we do different things. You replace, things that you had in your mind with things that you can do. I graduated college, changed jobs, and moved my way up, in my career. I'm currently a financial controller. And recently I moved to New Orleans almost 3 years ago now. And about the same time I moved to New Orleans, I had a flare-up. So I just started a new job, about 3 to 6 months into the new job. My grandmother had just passed away, so I had a lot of stress in my life. And probably one of the worst flare-ups in my life.
2016 was a rough year for him.
And the biggest problem at that time was not just the Crohn's, but one of the side effects of Crohn's are fistulas. I ended up developing a perianal fistula. Basically, it's a microscopic hole in your intestine wall, and feces gets out of there and creates, a pocket of pus. It's like a zit, but it's, or an abscess, but it's way more dangerous than an abscess. It's because you've got this bacteria that's getting into your body. So it's in my rear end, and that's very painful. Because you're, especially working in accounting, I'm sitting all day. I'm on my butt. And that's where the pain is. So one of the fun parts about Crohn's is all the colonoscopies you get. Give them away like candy. You go, they put you under, you're asleep. And they go in up your butt with a camera, with a scope, and check out your intestines. And I woke up in the middle of it. 5 people around me. They're not gentle. Oh, what's going on? Oh, stop. What's happening? Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. How are you going to calm down? You feel like you're being raped. Vicious. Oh, what's going on? They put you in the waiting room after so you can wake up, and you're full of your intestines are full of gas. What happens is you start just farting, just enormously. All this gas is just coming out. So this nurse, she must have been new. She comes in to check on me, and I am viciously ripping them. And she looks at me with this face of disgust and just says, "Oh my God," and turns around and walks out.
January 2017 was our darkest month.
My mother actually took off of work to come take care of me. I couldn't even eat. I was so weak. So she was literally forcing food into my mouth.
He was in the hospital, and I walked in the room, and he looked terrible. He looked bad, and fear gripped my heart that day. It gripped my heart that day when I saw him. He couldn't walk because his legs hurt so bad. He was in such pain, but the diarrhea was constant. It would not stop. And the next morning, this woman doctor walked in. She said, "I'm a kidney specialist." She says, "I'm here to talk to you about your kidneys." She said, "You are in renal failure right now." When you have these GI diseases like UC, Crohn's, your kidneys take a hit because of the dehydration, because of the steroids, because of all the drugs that they have to give you. And she said, well, he needs dialysis immediately. So they put in some central lines in his neck and prepared him for dialysis. And I don't even think Brent realized what was going on because he was so weak and he was not here in his thoughts. I stayed with him. I never left his side. I ate in the hospital. I showered in the hospital. I was not leaving his side. I slept in a chair for 2 weeks. And you know what? I would do it again. It's my son. I would do it again. I fought for his health care. I fought for it because there were things that were not done right at times. And you know what? I'm a nurse, so I knew. And so if you're not a nurse, you may not know. And that's the scary part. Speak up. And you can't let fear stop you. And fear did not stop me. And it won't stop me when it comes to the health of my family. one morning I went to wake him up, and I said, Brent, wake up, we got to get ready for dialysis, because it took him a while to get ready because he was so weak. And we would have to get him down 3 flights of stairs because he lives in an apartment, and to get him down a weak guy, a big 6'2" guy downstairs, it was a challenge for me, but we did it. We took one step at a time. And he says, I'm not going. I said, no, you're going. He says, no, I'm not going, Mama. I said, Britt, you're going to dialysis today. And he said, no, I'm not. I said, I will call 911. He says, I would tell them, do not touch me. I am not going to dialysis today. He says, I am too sick. I am too weak. And he was. He said, I cannot do it. I am in such pain, Mama. I can't do it. And I said, no. I said, you have to fight. I begged him. I said, Brent, please fight and don't give up. And he says, I don't want to live.
So there's two things that I always look at when I'm driving to the city is the Superdome, which has a special feeling for me, and we've got, a lot of cemeteries just around, and fighting a chronic illness that has no end in sight. Suicide is a thought. It's people don't talk about it. No one says, I'm gonna talk about I had suicidal thoughts. But yes, I've had plenty of suicidal thoughts. I've actually came close to committing suicide a couple times. So when I see a cemetery like that, it's a feeling of, it's a weird feeling. I'm not afraid to die. I actually, if it wasn't for my family and my kids, my wife, if it wasn't for that, my kids and my wife, there would be no reason to stick around and put up with this. So when I drive by these cemeteries and see them, they're kind of beautiful to me in a more morbid way, but it's like a finality of, okay, now you can rest. You ever run, or jog, or you could finally finish. You see the finish line. It's like, that's what I see it as there's the finish line that you've finally reached. So it sounds like a sad thing, but it's not it's not really too sad to me. It's one day I'll be able to rest. But like I said, this surgery I do have hope for, and maybe those thoughts will go away.
And he didn't go that day. I broke down. I fell on the floor in the bedroom. I cried out to God to save my son's life. And he heard my prayer. And the next day we got him up. He got up and he went to dialysis, and he didn't miss again. And he recovered. His kidneys recovered. His kidneys are okay now.
We did a few procedures. They didn't work. It wasn't going away. And the pain is so bad that you just will do anything to fix it. And we discussed the option of having a colostomy bag. So the plan was, we'll put in a colostomy bag and we'll let things heal. Then we'll be able to remove the colostomy bag. I said, yes, let's do this. I'm in so much pain. I'm okay with having a temporary colostomy bag. And things didn't get better.
Call Dr. Shah. No.
Talk about it.
No.
Come on.
Well, it's if I see something is wrong, I'm gonna call your doctor. So I'm gonna tell them, look, I don't think this is okay. Because the last time that's what happened. They released you from the hospital, and you were like with an infection, whatever. So when I met Brent, I didn't get scared. I didn't care about the Crohn's, because of what I do. I know what Crohn's is, and I've been dealing with my patients with colitis or something like that.
So now that we are here, I am a little nervous because I don't want him to be poking around in my butt because it hurts.
Yeah.
I always forget that until I get here.
You do know the struggle, but you don't live the struggle. Okay, so there's not there's not a book for any patient of how the Crohn's is gonna be or how the Crohn's is gonna act or to what you can eat or what you cannot eat. They are the only ones that know, and that can change like in a second. Imagine that for someone that is with them. There's not a book for the partner, for the person that it sleeps with them, that has to wake up. Like waking up every day, it's something different now.
I woke up around 1 o'clock with my bag leaking, a minor leak. So at 1 o'clock, I had to change the bag, take a shower, put a new bag, go back to sleep. Then I woke up again with another leak. So pretty much no sleep this weekend.
I see him like open his eyes, and I wonder what is he thinking right now. Which are his questions? Like, what do you think when you wake up when you have that? I get to hear him like saying stuff like, "Dude, like shit," a lot of things. And sometimes when I hear him like actually singing, I know it's gonna be a good day for us. You have faith, but you also know the reality. But it's a confusion about what is going on, what's gonna happen tomorrow, what happened yesterday, and that makes it like not not hard, but you don't want to be in the moment. You're just always wandering around. And our honeymoon was one day and a half, because he was sick. We had to change actually the day we were going to marry because he had a surgery. And our days are like we have an appointment, we go to appointment, we go out on a date, and we have to come home like super fast. And you cannot be like arguing or saying, "Oh, I don't like this," because you feel selfish. When you're with someone with Crohn's disease, you develop another kind of respect. You don't like to be like talking about how you feel because they are doing worse than you. You have an appreciation of every little thing, even in a bigger way, because they go through a lot.
7-minute ride home is excruciating. Oh, God. I literally have to take my left leg and stand on it. You can't really see it, but so all my weight is on my left leg. It hurts, you know. It's 7 minutes of hell.
I see Brent. Sometimes he cannot walk, and he has to walk to the pharmacy. He cannot have the parking, and I start like saying, this is the thing we have to change. It's not only about Brent. It's not about an ostomy bag, because that's nothing. It's not about going out on dates, because that's nothing. It's about what can we do with this struggle we have.
Oh, God.
And you see that, and you say, I that's another kind of braveness, you know.
When you have a stoma, it is a hernia. You know, they're forcing a hernia because they're pulling your guts out behind your abdominal wall. But what happened was I developed an additional hernia in the area, which they had to fix. So they went in and used a procedure using mesh to cover up to hold down the hernia. Well, the procedure failed. The mesh failed, and my guts actually began to come out from underneath the mesh, and it's even a bigger hernia now. Now it's about the size of a basketball. So I go to another doctor. He did a fistulotomy, actually. So he actually created a new fistula because the original fistula was too deep. So he basically rerouted the fistula. So the old fistula can heal, the new fistula can drain easier. I go back to the doctor, you know, after the surgery. He explains, you know, the fistula is worse. You know, we have to do something. And he says, we're gonna have to remove your rectum.
When he told me that's what they were doing, I just could not put my head around it.
At any other time in my life, I would have panicked. And it was like I remember it so vividly. I was such at peace when he said that.
Amazingly, Brent is doing okay, y'all. Mama's not. Brent is right now.
Because it was an action. He was taking an action to fix me. You know, it wasn't a, let's try this to delay, let's try this to make it heal. No, now we're taking actions, you know. And what kept popping in my brain was, this is a surgery to remove my asshole.
He's nervous. I'm not going to say he's not nervous. It'd be normal. It's normal to be nervous. But he said, Mama, he says, I have not had a good quality of life the last 3 years. He said, I can't go anywhere.
I'm ready for this. I'm 40 years old. I've made it to 40 without having anything cut out of me. There were plenty of times where the doctors said, you have to have surgery now. And I delayed it as long as I could. I think that was the right decision, was delaying it. Because with Crohn's can spread. And once you start cutting stuff out, you know, it can spread to somewhere else, and you gotta cut more and cut more and cut more. So I held out as long as I could. And, you know, I think mentally I'm at a good state in my life that I can handle this. So right now we're heading to Lafayette Park for one of our last outings before my surgery. We've got, 5 days left, I'm betting, to the surgery. One night, me and Erica's laying in bed, facing each other, you know, being romantic. You know, our faces are next to each other. You know, our noses are almost touching and talking and saying sweet things.
Like every day, right?
Right, like every day, of course, you know, like normal. I was like, wow, Erica's got a little bit bad breath going on here. Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And it was weird because, like, we actually don't have that kind of problem, like, in that level.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Like, I was like, man, her breath stinks bad.
And I was
And then
thinking
Erica-
the same.
You were thinking the same.
Yeah, because I was like, oh my God, what happened to Brent?
She even said,
Something died there or something?
she even said, have you brushed your teeth lately? And I'm thinking to myself, wow, her breath smells like shit. It's not my breath. I'm like, it's your breath. I can smell it every time you talk. And she's saying, it's not my breath, it's your breath. So I said, look, let's just go both brush our teeth and
Get over with it.
get over with it. So, you know, we get up out of bed, and as soon as I get up, I look down, and it's my bag leaking. It's shit smell.
Feeling okay today.
A little bit. Look, that's a chichigua.
The chichigua?
Chichigua.
Kite.
Kite. Or piragua. Or... Oh my God, one of my favorite birds.
Because I've talked to so many doctors and you can tell where they just don't know if it's going to work, or
Yeah.
they all are very confident and their confidence level is really high that this is A, the right thing to do, and that B, it's going to, the statistics are with me that, you know, I'll have a much better quality of life. So I'm excited. I'm happy. That kind of throws people off when I tell them at work when I'm having a surgery. You know, and I tell them what it is, and you just see, you know, sometimes I don't go into all the detail, but you know, you tell just as a regular person, hey, I'm gonna miss work because they're taking my colon out, my rectum and my anus. It's not something you
Actually, that's
tell
the funny
people.
part. When you say anus,
Yeah.
it's like, and, oh, that.
Yeah, you say, oh, and my anus, and then like,
Yeah.
oh.
So how about, yeah.
Oh.
I don't think
you
people
know, you see it
know.
going through their mind, like trying to process it, and I'm just sitting there mentally, you know, kind of laughing in my head because I've already processed this long
For a long
time ago.
Yes.
You know, before this was even a idea. You know.
You made peace with your bag, with the
Yeah,
ostomy bag.
that's right.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, I made peace with my ostomy bag, having that for 2 years already. That's a big thing. It's a mental hurdle to get over,
Yeah,
having an ostomy, but it's not the end of the world. It's actually a good thing.
it is a good thing.
You know, it allows you to live your life.
Come to the park.
Come to the park. I mean, look, yeah, I'm in pain right now, but it's not that bad. I'm having a good day. Without the ostomy, coming to the park? No way. Where's the bathroom at? I couldn't even tell you where the bathroom is here. Really. Yeah.
True
I
or bad?
actually have an advantage over everyone else now.
Yeah.
You know? I'm watching the football game. I gotta use the bathroom. I don't have to get up.
You don't have to get up.
I go to the bathroom, and you know what? I go empty it during halftime. Getting up hurts.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. I think we'll just take a little walk. By the time we walk some more and come back, I'll be ready to go home and rest.
Look at the water.
I know, right? Wish they had like some paddle boats.
I came down yesterday because he's gonna have surgery tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. It's painful to watch a family member go through this. But tomorrow we face a new day.
You know, so now this temporary colostomy that I have will become permanent. You know, they're gonna repair this mess, the hernia that developed. They're gonna repair that. They're gonna remove what they need to remove, and then they're gonna create a ileostomy on the right side. So I've got the best support ever. Yeah, I still fight depression. I still fight, you know, various thoughts that pop into your head about, you know, having to deal with this the rest of your life and this and that. But that's a big point I want to get across is be open to accepting help, you know, from other people.
Set the family aside, set you aside, baby, set my kids aside, you know, then what's left, you know, it's work, it's dealing with my Crohn's, you know, and then it's trying to escape mentally from both of those things, you know, whether it be with video games or reading, you know, and then what's left, you know, it's like a selfish action for me to try to heal, or not even heal, but escape. You know, and what am I escaping from? My pain? But at the same time, you're also escaping from the things you love, which is your family. time is it?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 a.m.
5 a.m.
So, you ready?
We're ready.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be nervous, but I'm not nervous.
You okay?
Yeah, I was more anxious Sunday. Sunday was really...
Okay, we nervous though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little
Because
Let's do it.
positive thoughts.
Oh, with the flowers.
Sure, I mean,
Yeah. Here, just say a quick little prayer. Lord, we thank you for Brent. We thank you that where you brought him from and where you're bringing him, Lord. You know, we believe in great things. That he's going to have the quality of life where he will enjoy life once again. And we ask that you protect him while the doctors perform the surgery and that you will give all the doctors and the wisdom on how to repair his issues. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Kisses,
there we go.
Can I
High five.
Got it.
Favorite hand.
I'm proud of you, dude, okay?
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Take good care of
Yep, we're in good hands.
He's gonna lose some weight. That's what he told me. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna get skinny, mama."
Yeah. We have a lot of clothes to give away.
He's not gonna look pregnant anymore.
Every time I go to the screen, it's like closing, and I see all the waiting room that was full of people at 5 a.m. getting empty, and it's like you're in a continent, and all of a sudden you're just an island, just me and his mom waiting for him. Brent is in recovery now. We just spoke to the surgeon. It was a long and complicated surgery, mostly because of the hernia. And it's like a combination of the past, because you know how much he has suffered, and the future. But the present, and you're not feeling, you're not thinking, you don't know where you are. I didn't eat the whole day. I wasn't hungry. Everybody's tired. The surgeon has been working with Brent the last few months, and he was so positive about this, and so happy because he knows that Brent has suffered a lot. So after 7 hours and 15 minutes, maybe in 2 hours, we will be able to see him. We were there, and they start asking your name. You made a line. You go through a lot of halls, and they finally open the curtain. And
Oh, it's a rough one.
that was a rough
It's a rough one. I'm still hurting.
baby. You're the cutest, okay? You're the cutest today.
Yeah, thank you.
It's another kind of feeling. It's like he's there. You try to tell him you're there, that it's okay, that you're gonna be okay.
Good.
A little bit
I
more.
can't get this crap off my lips. It's like slime.
She got some stuff for it.
Just wipe it. I don't want you to put that. I want you to wipe it. Just hurts, y'all. Ooh, I'm peeing.
You peed in your bed?
No, I got catheter.
But you start listening to the nurse talking to you, telling that maybe he has to go to ICU because he's not breathing. And you see his blood pressure is like 60, 48, and he's in pain, and he cannot have more pain medication. And you just hear ICU, ICU, ICU. Brent wasn't breathing. He wasn't breathing. He was breathing every 8, 9, 10 seconds. I just stay there the whole night looking at him. Baby, you have to breathe. Baby, you have to breathe. Brent, wake up. You have to breathe. You have to breathe. I was scared, so scared, because it's not only the surgery, it's the complications, all the complications that surgery has. And I know all the complications. After that night, it was a roller coaster of everything.
Oh, God. Man, I used to be able to make this thing stay up there. It's day 7. Oh, Jesus. That was day 6 after the surgery. I'm feeling much better this morning. I had fever again last night. That's what's pretty much keeping me in here is my fever and my white blood cell count. I mean, this is typical with Crohn's patients. Is your immune system is garbage, and it's hard to recover. So we just got out the procedure. The doctor wanted to just take an exploratory look to see if, anything was going on my backside that was causing the fevers that I've been having, and everything looks great still. I'm in a lot of pain right now. Doctor just came in to talk about my high blood count, white blood cell, fuck it. The doctor just came in to talk about my high white blood cell count, and she thinks it's fairly normal. Unfortunately, she said we will be spending the 4th of July here in the hospital, but we have a nice view, so hopefully me and Erica can go on a nice mini date tonight, and see some fireworks and spend the 4th of July in the hospital together. On day 8, I had a little bit of hope that I would be able to be released today, but that didn't happen. In all honesty, I hate this. Erica's not here right now, and I can feel the bed just draining the power from me. I'm just getting weaker and weaker. I know they have a reason for keeping me in here, but shit, it sucks, man. It sucks. It just... I just gotta be strong. You just gotta be strong, that's all. I have some badass scars. You wanna see them? Let's see. So this is where the old ostomy was, with the hernia. Or you can see now it's fairly flat. Fuck. Still here, We're making it. My body is fighting something,
which is what the white blood cells do. You know, they'll fight infection or whatever. So if your white blood cells are high, something's happening in your body. You know, so it's a good thing I have high blood cell count because they're doing their job. They just can't find out where they're what they're doing their job at. All right, so it's day 10, Sunday. I'm feeling pretty good. I took a nice nap today and just came back from our physical therapy, which is basically walking around the halls, you know, keeping the joints moving and my lungs pumping. The doctors seem to believe they know where the infection is coming from. It's from one of my wounds. So they're gonna place basically a vacuum pack seal around the wound that keeps pressure on it and you know, keeps sucking out the bad stuff. It's been 2 weeks since surgery and they're finally gonna release me. Yay, get to go home.
We were there for 14 days. We made a life there. We had so many good nurses, techs, being family or being friends.
Where are we going, babe?
To the beach.
Woo! Heading home.
We're going home.
No more hospital. Look at the sun shining. Except there might be a hurricane tomorrow. But I don't care. Oh my God, it feels so good to be out of there. Wow, it's like I can breathe.
Good.
Yeah, not bad.
Overall, it was a really good surgery. You know, I feel it was. You know, I felt that I could literally feel that something that was in me was bad, was taken out and removed. You know, that's kind of hard to describe, but even though I was in pain, you know, it was good. It was a good pain. You know, something that was in me that shouldn't have been in me was taken out. That was the feeling I had after the surgery. You know, and it's still hard. You know, it's frustrating. You know, you sitting here and you can look out the windows, and yeah, I'm moving around a whole lot better, but I still haven't gone outside yet.
There's a lot of things that they don't matter now. It's watching him, it's looking at him and see how his whole energy change.
So here's the new ostomy on this side, which you can see looks great, right? It's nice and flat. The actual stoma is just beautiful. This is where they cut me down the middle, which they put some glue and just regular stitches that dissolve. So this is just scabs basically that are just ready to fall off. Then this, all the way from here down, is staples, which you can't see. Several pumps, several drains. This drain was in there from the beginning, which just collects gunk out of me. And then they put this one up here, and that was just excruciating pain. They did that while I was away. Now this one right here in the middle is a wound vac, which you can see this tube connects down to this, which is basically exactly what it says. It's a vacuum that that sucks. You know, it applies negative pressure and sucks all the gunk out, but also keeps circulation going. It's a challenge getting up to go to the bathroom, and you got these things all over, and accidentally pull on one. That's not fun. I'm in no pain, you know, as far as my butt goes. That's where the fistulas were. I actually feel 100% better. Like, I don't feel anything back there. It feels great. You know, Erica said it's healing great.
It's been, for me, 3 weeks. It feels like it's been like 2 days, honestly. And that's weird.
I could complain about a lot of things, but I think everything that happened was good. You know, I think even with the fevers and this and that, that was all very minimal. You know, let's face it, I had my complete colon removed. I had my rectum removed. I had my anus removed.
When people tells me, I don't try to talk a lot lately, like, oh my God, you're strong. Oh my God, you're going through that. And it's like, it's all worth it.
You know, I lost 30-something pounds, you know, since the surgery. So that's the challenge right now, is just building up my strength and stamina, and, you know, just doing a little bit more each day. Eventually, you know, they'll be able to pull this stuff out and I'll be back on my feet again like I was normally, better than before. So last year I was in the hospital for the 4th of July. Still in the hospital.
True.
1 year ago.
Now look at you.
Now look at that. Hitting nasty.
That's fantastic.
I have some sad memories, but I have some awesome, happy memories when I stayed with Brent those years when he would get so sick. And he's a funny guy. He's hilarious. And he makes me laugh so much. And some of the things he would tell me in the hospital at night, 2 a.m, we would be laying there, can't sleep. And some of the things he would say, you know, out of the blue, would be so quiet, and he would say something so funny, I would laugh so hard. So I have some beautiful, wonderful memories that I will cherish in my heart forever. And I will always be here for him.
You've got to realize that you don't have to do this by yourself. You don't have to be Superman. You don't have to take on all the weight alone. You can ask for help. You can rely on your family. I have a great family that does so much for me, you know, almost to the point that I sometimes take it for granted, you know, so I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate in that. Accept that help, you know, don't shy away from it. Don't think you have to do it on your own. Yeah, Crohn's is an embarrassing disease to have. You're pooping all the time, you know, and no one wants to talk about that. You know, you sneak off to the bathroom, you do your thing, and you leave. You just don't talk about it, you know, and we need to talk about it. Everyone poops. We all poop, but unfortunately, some of us with irritable bowel diseases poop a lot more than regular people. And that's okay. It's okay. You know, it's not a thing to be ashamed of. You know, I've dealt with harassment at work that I didn't realize I didn't have to put up with. I've had people there say, wow, if I had that, I would kill myself. I would commit suicide if I had what you had, Brent. You know, and, you know, you don't have to put up with that kind of stuff. You know, there's different ways to deal with it, and I deal with those situations now by being open. People do care, you know, they generally do care. Communication helps, you know, a lot. And it's hard to, I'm not saying everyone needs to go out and tell everyone what you have, but for me, it helped me to talk about it. That's it. Hopefully it can help someone.